Good morning. This is my response to the professor prompt for this week. Forgive me if I'm a little sniffly and I look terrible. I'm getting over a cold that makes me look like a mad scientist. Anyway, the question that she posed this week was, what influence do you think Tertullian's ideas have had on Christian views of women in magic or women in general? I jotted down a couple of notes. I'm going to look to the screen for help just because that's where I've got Tertullian pulled up. So, honestly, overall, I don't think he was influencing the Christian idea of women or what women should be doing any more than what they already knew. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it would be different if his piece was like, well, women actually aren't evil and X, Y, and Z. But I feel like in this, he's just kind of like supporting what they already know. Like, that these women are evil and this is how they became like magical, and how that like goes against what they believe in terms not just of like their gender identity, but their role in the church as women. In the first section, he talks in like, and they're noted on the side if you guys will note that. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in the first one, he talks about them. He paints them as extremely effeminate. He talks about their, for lack of a better phrasing, accessorizing, putting on eyeliner or black powder they use to enhance the beauty of their eyes. He says that they're, well dressed. All of this obviously noted because it's called On the Apparel of Women. In the third section, though, I don't know. I guess I was kind of confused by this part, but he was like, women only get what they want by being beautiful. Like, he didn't say that, but he was basically saying, like, he said, are we to think that women without the material of adornment or without the tricks of beautifying themselves would not have been able to please men when these same women, unadorned and uncouth, and as I might say, crude and rude, were able to impress angels? I feel like he's making a bigger point there than I can wrap my head around. But I feel like what he's saying, it's like, I don't even know how I was going to finish that. Like, they couldn't get attention by not being beautiful, but they obviously did because then these angels came to them for not being beautiful and now they're beautiful. I feel like they're using, like, the physical beauty of the women, he's applying in this sense as like a sin, an act of sin, a practice of sin, etc. And I feel like that's what his whole piece is about, or at least the excerpts that we've read. And I think that kind of what influences their view. It's like, women are already sinful. They already set that up with the story of Adam and Eve. But women being beautiful is also sinful in this context, or at least that's what I obtained from it. And then in section 4, what I really liked is it says, women's natural beauty as the cause of evil. Boom! Like I just said just back there. He's hating on women's beauty. So overall, I think Tertullian influences the ideas of the Christian belief in this piece about women in general, because it basically already establishes beyond their behavior that they're sinful, but it establishes that their physical characteristics are also sinful, which we won't get into that. I don't agree with, but basic answer, I think that Tertullian influenced the Christian views of women in general because he was representing their physical appearance as sinful, as opposed to or in addition to their behavior.